Hi, I'm Melissa Brewer. I'm from Pleasant Glen High School. Did you know that plants are natural air purifiers? They have a lot of positive effects on you and your home. It is shown that houseplants can help fight colds and other illnesses because they purify. They are also natural humidifiers, which is why I'm going to show you how to keep your plants healthy and vigorous. Plants need to be repotted frequently because the roots become compacted, which is also known as root bound. See, cactuses, they don't really get that compacted because their roots are very shallow because they have to collect water from infrequent rains. So this one's pretty good. This plant here, though, is overflowing and it has a lot of leaves. So probably is a little tight inside there, so it needs to be put in a bigger pot. But you don't want to have too big of a pot because then the roots will either expand too much or the soil will absorb the water that the roots need. You can trim off any dead or dying parts of the plants, like roots or leaves, because it will not hurt the plant. The plant will send unnecessary nutrients to that area, and then they would just be wasted. So, we're going to repot this plant here. It should be repotted every about 2 years or if it grows really fast. Okay, you will need a new pot, water, rocks, potting soil, and the plant, and a butter knife. You will use these, to make it easier, I suppose. Okay, you will want to sanitize your pot, but I've already done this beforehand. Okay, you will want to put a couple of rocks in the bottom of your pot. Make sure it doesn't, so that it has a good drainage system. Not a lot, just a few will work.
How do you sanitize your pot?
I just wash mine with like antibacterial soap and make sure it's dry, but make sure you get all the soap out before you put dirt in it. Okay, so you can put a little bit of dirt in there. Not too much though, because you're going to be needing quite a bit of room. Okay, to make it easier, I go around my pot here with a butter knife just so that it comes out kind of easier. You want to put most of the foliage between your fingers so that you're supporting it and not ripping it out. And gently coax it out. You can see here the roots on the side, so it's, needs a little bit more room. You can massage the roots gently to make sure it's, not too bad. And even remove some if there's a little excess on the bottom. You could use a knife, but your hands are just a bit more gentler. Okay, you can place your plant in, but make sure it's deep enough, because if it's not deep enough, it'll go over the top, and that's just not a very good thing. Okay, there's excess, space around from your new pot, so you're going to have to put in a little bit more dirt. So make sure you press the soil down firmly, because otherwise it will be too loose, and when you water them it'll float up to the top and you won't have enough soil then when it settles. Okay, you'll want to water it a little bit at the end, just because it could be very traumatic for your plant. Make sure your plant gets enough sunlight if you need it, but some plants don't need the sunlight, so you just gotta make sure you give it what you need, what the plant needs. Now, I forgot to mention how to determine if the plant looks root bound. Okay, see, you can see some of these leaves up here look pale, discolored, slightly dull. But also, if it looks stunted, as if it looks like just kind of deformed and not like as big as it should be, then it's probably also needs maroon. And if it looks top-heavy, which this one obviously looks top-heavy, we'll probably have to stick something in here to support it a little bit more so it's not just hanging over the side. Okay, you can use the scissors to trim off, but I never do. It just seems, harsh, but then you'd also have to sanitize your scissors too so that you're not getting your plants and whatever else you cut up or anything else you cut up in your plants. I didn't use gardening gloves because I don't really care, but some people might really care about that, so you might want to wear gardening gloves. Just make sure you wash your hands before and afterwards. No. How to replant a plant. I hope this information is helpful to you, and I encourage you to go home and give your plants a healthy makeover.